Me.
Yes, so we're gonna have a scene. We're gonna ask Spider-Man a couple questions. Here we go.
All right.
All right. So when did you start doing this?
Hi. So I started doing this back in 2018. My first experience was at New York City's Comic Con. It was totally dope. I got to see the other cosplayers and interact with them. And what actually pursued me into doing this even more was the credibility and the announcements and the influence and just the overall performance of people and feedback that I got from doing this was just like, you know what, I have to just keep on doing this.
And you know what's good about when people do cosplay? Sometimes it's like you said, it's the smile you can put on somebody's face. It's the joy. Because sometimes in New York City, we don't notice much. You could be bleeding on the street and we will pass right by you like, oops, you're bleeding, I'm sorry. You was in my way. I was trying to get to work. So what I admire about what you do is that you brought it to Washington Heights. And he's recently on World Star, for those of you who don't know. And some of the comments were like, yo, Spider-Man, where are you? Like, bring the salami, bring the plato. I'm like,
Yes. I was actually in a different suit. I was Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. And I usually just like roaming around, just being a vigilante around Washington Heights. And it was one particular day where, I was out there on 179. They actually recorded me. They was like, oh, look, it's Spider-Man 2099. And I was like, oh, the next thing you know, I seen it on World Star. I was like, wow, like it went viral. It went like 12.3K views with over 229 comments. It was crazy. I was like, wow, this is what positive vibes is truly about.
oh yeah. So the suit that you're wearing today, which one is it?
So this suit is actually my Miles Morales 3D printed suit. This is from the game. This is one of his coolest suits. It's pretty cool. I actually love it. I usually get all my suits from somecosplay.com. It takes like about a month to come in the mail. It's well worth it.
So in terms of wearing the Miles Morales suit,
He wears the Miguel suit.
that one too.
Have many Spider-Man costumes.
Okay. So when you wear the Miles Morales one, how much feedback do you get from people?
I usually get a lot more feedback from wearing Miles Morales rather than wearing Miguel O'Hara because people usually like Miles Morales, and based off the movie Across the Spider-Verse, how Miguel O'Hara was treating Miles Morales is the reason why I get more positive feedback and I get a lot of negative feedback when I'm Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah. So for what you do, what is the toughest part?
The toughest part is it's not really a tough part because at the end of the day I just try to spread positive vibes. I feel like people go through so much at work, at home, just in a daily life in a neighborhood, and if I could just change 30 seconds in a person's day, that's the ultimate hero of the day. Just changing moments of people's life is what really counts the most.
That's true. So what's the funniest? Because sometimes you get some funny reactions. Shameless plug. Him and I were walking around after we shot the commercial for this event. There's a couple drunk people going, "Yo, Spider-Man!" I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh yes.
I was like, "I'm off duty.
Yes.
I'm not his agent."
Yeah, they usually just make funny comments like, "Oh, look at that grown man in spandex." Like, what's wrong with him? Like, this is crazy. What's wrong with this guy climbing poles in spandex? Like, he ain't got nothing but to do. That's like the most crazy comments. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's well worth it. I take the negative with the good. At the end of the day, I just do it just for the love of just being neighborhood's one and only Spider-Man.
Yes. So would you ever venture to like for example, like Tom Holland, the paid Spider-Man. He goes to like hospitals and stuff like that. Would you ever branch to do that or not?
Of course. I feel like that's the best thing to do. I actually want to start doing that pretty soon.
Yeah, it's tough though because you gotta worry about, you ain't trying to catch COVID, you trying to spread joy, you know what I mean? It's a little scary. It's like, It's like, I ain't signed up for this. I'm sure the hospital will be like, no, you better sign this waiver right here.
Yeah. Just to see the little boys and girls like, oh, how you know, Spider-Man, just change your day a little bit.
Exactly. He'll be Spider-Man in a biosuit, like, no.
Yeah, 6 feet, but I'm here to see you,
Yeah. So, but to be honest with you, because you do so much. Is there a particular time of day that you like to do the dressing up and the posing or things like that?
I usually try to do it on nice days. I try to take advantage of the day. If I'm just sitting at home, casually drinking coffee or eating a muffin, I'll just get up. I'm like, oh, look at my closet, pick out a suit, put it on. Let's go outside and be a hero for the day. Let's go spread positive vibes. And whatever happens from the day happens. I usually take pictures with people and, make people's day and, get on top of people's cars and on top of their bikes. And, on top of, I actually got on top of a police car once too. And I remember a different time when I actually went into a pharmacy and the guy was like, oh, get on top of the counter. I was like, seriously? Like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, let me get on top of the counter. I got on top of the counter and he gave me a thing of water at the end of it. It was so cool. And I remember I got on top of a fire truck too. I was like, oh yeah, let me get on top of the fire truck. I climbed the ladder on the side, took a photo with a fireman on top of the fire truck. Like, it was pretty cool. So yeah, there's no limits for me as far as being Spider-Man. Like, I'll just do whatever I need to do to spread positive vibes and make people's day.
And that's what attracted me to want to, aside from, I'm like, yo, that building looks familiar. Is he on 160th? What? I was like, I recognize that school. Wait a minute. You mean he's in my backyard? I didn't have to do much except just reach out. Thank you, Instagram, to reach out to him and just be like, listen, I'd like to interview you because, again, it's very tough. A cosplayer is time to do this and dedicate their time and energy. It's draining. It's not easy.
Yes, it's very hard to be a cosplayer because some people, they really don't understand the life. They don't understand what's the opportunity of cosplaying a hero. There's so many other things, more important things out there in the world that what's the sense of, coming to a place for a couple of hours and dressing up as a hero and spending that excess money, but they actually don't realize that that's what actually makes us do it because we are people that's been pushed to the side by trials and tribulations of our lives, that this is what we focus on. This is how we get back into society. This is how we get back into making positive vibes or just positive energy within ourselves or motivate within ourselves to be better, to get back into the world, to let people know that no matter what happens in people's lives, there's people that be outcasted, but still there's things for people who be outcasted and things that they can do, and they have opportunities to shine, to let people know that even though if you still be an outcast, you can still be better than that. You always can make a stand, you always have somebody, and you always can be a hero no matter what you are or who you are or how you do it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm a fan of Miles Morales.
Same here.
My son, too. In terms of Miles, in the cosplay that you do, how significant is he, amongst the Spider-Man that could be,
Oh, right now, Miles is the #1 Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's rooting for him right now. Not just because he's the Black and Hispanic Spider-Man, but he's just the most controversial Spider-Man that everybody could get on. He's just he's just that Spider-Man where he let people know that it doesn't matter whatever you go through, always to take a leap of faith. That's why Into the Spider-Verse, he took a leap of faith to let people know that you always have to take that leap of faith in your life. There's always gonna come those points where you're gonna feel like you're down and everything's going out the window. But when you take that leap of faith, everything just gets better and better. So that's why Miles Morales is one of the universal Spider-Mans out there, and everybody's just rooting for him. So let's give it up for Miles Morales.
So last but certainly not the least, okay, Miles versus Miguel. So for Miguel O'Hara, I walked with him
Here we
in
go.
Times Square with Miguel O'Hara, and he kept on saying,
Lord.
"Oh, he's not supposed to be part of the Spider-Verse," and people were like, "What?" I was like, "Oh no."
Oh.
Again, I'm not your protector, bro.
Okay.
So, like in terms of that, you said you get some negative reception with Miguel. Is it because of the way he was portrayed?
Yes. When Across the Spider-Verse came out towards the end, a lot of people wasn't agreeing that Miguel should tell somebody that you shouldn't be here. That's like telling me I don't belong at a pizza parlor. I love pizza. Of course I belong at a pizza parlor.
Yeah.
So, for Miguel to tell Miles Morales that he doesn't belong a part of Spider-Verse just because of different things and that's going on with the multiverse, and he believes that if he fixed the multiverse, that it'll be better off for Miles, and Miles doesn't need to be there to make it better or make it worse. And Miguel feels like he can fix it. But at the end of the day, there's no time and no place in any universe for anyone to tell anyone that you should not be anywhere, because no one will want to tell you that you should not be there.
No, exactly. And I think considering how everything is nowadays, we've had a lot of that happen. Whether it's, kids being, suspended for a day because they had cornrows in their hair, whether it's, the way young girls are dressing, whether it's unwanted, attention, whether it's sexual harassment at work. Sometimes you gotta tell Dan from the fifth floor, like, bro, no. It's gonna be no. No, don't remember my coffee, or I'm gonna buy it myself, okay? Por favor, leave me alone. Thank you. And, I think that that interaction brings up a plethora of issues that we face. And I'm glad they tackled it on, even though it's an animated, cartoon in its essence. But it's a real life thing going on. There's a lot of people that are being told you can't be here, or things will be better without you. You're just like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still gonna do what I have to do. Just like I committed to do this pop fest. I'm doing it.
Definitely.
Whether come hell or high water, somebody goes, are you gonna cancel it? No. You don't understand. When I said I invested time and energy, that's what I'm going for. It's like a bull seeing red. I'm going straight for that. For that flag. I might hit myself on the wall, might be bleeding a bit, but I'll remember why I went full charge. So I'd like to say thank you so much for being on my episode.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
This is great. And I hope to see you around.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me. Positive vibes.
Aaron Smith can't lose. Enjoy his podcast.
Give yourself a round of applause for getting out here. Like, you survived Noah's Ark, preview. I had a whole show set up and everything, but I had guests on and everything, but unfortunately they can't swim. So anyway, I'm just gonna wing it out with you guys, and you will be my guest. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right, okay. So let me give you a quick introduction of myself. My name is Aaron Smith. I'm from New York. I was born and raised here. I'm from Harlem. Now I'm in Hollis, about the home of Run DMC. But now it's the run of C-R-A-K-Y, crack. But anyway, I know I spelled that wrong, but anyway. But it's just the reason why I call it Aaron Smith Can't Lose. I don't know if you're not guys familiar about it. Maybe you guys are not too old enough to know of a TV show by the name of Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That was a TV show back in the day, white boys. Anyway, fuck it. So I'm just gonna basically go off the top of my head, and we're just gonna go from there. So I am sick and tired of this black ninja turtle called the mayor. Like, seriously. Have you really seen it and looked at him at one point? Look at him, seriously. If you put the mask on, blue, orange, green, yellow, Nigatello, like seriously, like I look at him like, he got the cheese and green like that. We don't have a mayor, we have a club promoter, like seriously. Yeah, like, you have people out there in the school and all that in the rain. What's wrong with you? Shit. No, black people and water and ships. What's wrong? Anyway. But, it's just crazy. Like, I came here because I live in Queens with my wife and my daughter. And, like, the whole, like, ceiling was, like, coming in. Like, I have, like, a titty, like, on my wall. Like a wet, white titty, like this. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, like, wow, there's a titty on my wall. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. But thank God nothing fell down or anybody and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'd be in court. But anyway, let's move on. Like I said, shout out to you guys for, coming out and enjoying yourself. It's kind of hard to get, black and brown people out in this weather, how it's, cold and all that stuff like that. Especially in the next couple of months, you get puffer coats and, Tims and all that. But anyway, let's move on. By a show of hands, how many people are from Manhattan? One person, holy shit. Okay, 2 people, all right, cool. All right, Bronx.
Hell yeah.
Figures, right in the front.
Always.
Y'all like the Wild Wild West. Now, you would not get me caught dead out in the Bronx. Seriously.
I'm dead.
Like, what is going on there? Like, my goodness. You better come with a bulletproof vest and a 45 if you're going to 138th. And anyway, moving on. Brooklyn. Anybody from Brooklyn?
Hey.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right behind the Bronx, it figures. What part of Brooklyn?
New York.
Brooklyn, New York?
East New York.
East New York? Jesus Christ. That's just as bad as the Bronx. What's that, J-Train, A-Train?
It's getting gentrified.
Not quick enough.
Nah.
I'm just joking. White people own New York now. Sorry, white people own Harlem now. Like they, nothing like that. So when you see people, white people especially, staying on a train after 110th Street, you already knew it's been gentrified. That's all I'm gonna say. Straight up. I don't know, like people, it's kind of about old people, like maybe that little 30s, 40s around here. You know what it was. Before '96, you didn't see one white person, maybe one with dreads or something like that. But he was the plug. You didn't know. Yeah, that's who he was. But they took over. It's fine. I don't care. I'm trying to get the fuck out of New York. But anyway, Queens. Anybody from Queens? Aside me. All right, cool. Where in Queens? Ooh, bougie. All right. Is that like Left Rack City and all that shit? It's like that over there? Oh, all right. Okay, that's gonna be ungentrified soon. Trust me on that. Crazy. No migrants here, right? Okay, cool. That didn't go anywhere. Oops. No migrants here? Any migrants? No?
Yeah, he is.
All right. Yeah.
He's such a migrant, he doesn't understand a word you're saying right now.
¿Qué? ¿Cómo? Huh? Yeah, no, just joking. I said, my ex-wife was Puerto Rican. But anyway, Staten Island? Definitely not.
Where?
Where?
Republicanville. Yeah. I stayed out there for like 2 years, and that was too much for me.
Why?
Because the rent was cheaper 2 years ago. That's why. Yeah. Who's the smart ass in the back that said that? All right. I'll see you after the show. I'm just joking. Like I said, it's all love. Before I was a podcaster, I did comedy for like 10 years. And, I don't do that anymore because it doesn't pay the bills. But moving on. So, I'm at this point where, as a New Yorker, it's starting to piss me off. Like, I'm tired of the city. It's dirty. It's nasty. Like I said, our mayor is a cosplayer like yourself. But, you're way better than he is.
Thank you.
I just want to just don't put his head into direct sunlight because you will probably go blind. Seriously, he has those suits from Steve Harvey's garage sale.
I get mine from some cosplay.
Shout out to you, brother. But you know, I just, you know, I'm never voting black again. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry. You know, I just can't do it. You know, it's all love. But I mean, you know, we had our first black president years ago. We had our first orange president before after that, and now we have our first course president. Oh my goodness, like, you know, Joe Biden, what is he, like 1,000 now? I mean, I said, I don't know if I seen him or I seen the Crypt Keeper, like, on TV the other day. Like, you know, Tales from the Crypt, you know, I'm gonna live and stuff like, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm just like, I said, I used to be this nice, like, cheery, like, nice, good person, but not anymore, you know. Ever since I had a kid, I'm just like, you know, you used to not value sleep when you didn't have children, but once you have a kid, like, that's like your life, is just to go sleep and just, you know, that, but that'll be like for 5 minutes until they wake you up. But anyway, moving along. And it's just, so I just really just don't understand why people are the way they are, but I could care less. I don't know if that's, you know, understanding to you or weird to you, what have you like that, but it's kind of crazy to me how people just come out and just, you know, show their ass, you know, for no money. Like, you're just going out there, you know, and on a train and all this other stuff, and like, you know, Showtime, all this stuff. I hate that shit. Like, seriously, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see you flipping off the rails and all these other things. I'm trying to go to work. I want to hear that. I want to hear your bongo drums. I don't want to hear that. The motherland, all this other stuff. Because if you came back before all this shit happened, none of this would go on. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to ask you for no spare change. What the fuck is spare change? If I had change to spare, you wouldn't have it. That's all I'm going to do. Seriously. You know, I mean, you know, I get it. You know, people are homeless. I understand that. But, you know, I'm not going to support your habit either, because we already know where it's going most of the time. You know, that's all I'm going to say. You know, so shout out to the weed smokers. You know, somebody else smoke weed out here. Anybody smokes weed? Anybody smoke weed? Anybody smokes weed? Exactly. Anybody going to give somebody money for weed? Exactly.
You gotta have 5 on it.
That was 30 years ago. I was 8.
True.
I'm showing my age. The Lunas, I get it, yes. Alright, okay. That's because you're the guest doesn't mean you take over the show. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, yes. Be nice, Aaron, be nice. But, you know, are we being, like, recorded, like, you know, by the government or something like that? That's what it sounds like. Anyway, it's really, you know, like I said, I had a show lined up and I had people going at it, but I'm just going off the top of my head, and this is what I usually do with my podcast. That's why I call it Aaron Smith Can't Lose, because I really can't, because I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, that's what it comes down to, you know, like, that's basically the show. I've done it for 6 seasons.
Nice. Wow.
6 seasons, this will be the last one. The 5th season was actually supposed to be that final season, but my wife got tired of me bitching about I couldn't finish it and all this other stuff. She's like, you get your ass down to that show and you finish this and be done with it, because I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm like, yes ma'am, you know. But clearly she wears the pants in the family. I just borrowed these today, so I'm kind of but it's just, that's just pretty much how I am. That's how I've always been. That's how it's been with my comedy, you know, just outlandish, out there, you know, outspoken. Kind of get blamed for that nowadays. You can't really say what you want to say without somebody be like, oh, I'm offended. I'm like, I don't give a shit, you know, like, you know, it basically, it doesn't matter, because you're going to say what you want to say anyway, so I'm going to talk about it anyway, so why would I be offended anyway? You know, I just don't understand that. I don't understand why people are so offended by everything. Literally everything. Oh my God, it's raining outside. that's not, you're not in control of that. Like, I'm offended that you have an umbrella. Like, what the fuck? Really? I don't want to get wet. Like, hoodies are just that work by themselves to me, honestly. I'm not trying to catch cold. Bad enough you got COVID, SARS, Corona, smelly people in the train. All that. I'm not trying to smell that shit. There's a point in time where I just put a mask on to not smell people on a train. I'm sorry, I just don't want to do it. I really don't do it. Like I said, I feel bad for you. I understand that people are homeless, but soap is $1. You can wash your ass, even if it's hot in the summer. Turn the sprinkler on. You just run through that motherfucker. You'll be good. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that's what gets me in trouble. Telling the truth and being myself, and I can understand that. And yes, okay, there is a certain ex-president that go too far with that, and that's his prerogative because he has the Caucasian for the persuasion. But anyway, let's move on. But that's just who he is. But people like that just go way too far. I'm not rich enough to do that, where I can just go off and flip my mouth off, and who gives a fuck anyway. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to say what I want to say anyway. And I encourage people to do that as well. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to just do something that you don't want to do. Because life is short. You want to fuck that bitch, you go out there, you go and you fuck that bitch. You want to fuck that dude, you go out there and you fuck that dude. Because life is short and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I wore this Tupac shirt today, and they caught the killer who was basically stitching on himself for the past 15, 20 years. So I think I did the shit. Congratulations, but it's a shame that his mother didn't get to see that they got the guy, and hopefully this is it. Maybe they can go to Diddy's house and find the evidence. But moving on.
Yes. Say that. Yes.
I like him, but I don't like him. He's like one of those people. It's like you shake their hand, and you gotta wash your hand, put it in sanitizer, and then bleach it, and then all that other stuff. Put it under the sun, and just get all that thing going. But there's always been rumors about him, always about rumors. Way enough more than my 30-minute time limit that will get to me. But anyway, let's hopefully that will be resolved, and maybe they'll find Biggie's killers too. Hopefully, but they should probably look in Bad Boy office first. But anyway, moving along. Speaking of rap, it's garbage now. I don't understand why every rapper sounds like Batman now. Close enough. But I can't do the Tekashi 139, whatever his name is. Stitchmaster effects. I can't do him. Who's the other one? What's his name? I don't care. He's not a rapper. The Weeknd. He should be the Weekday. I don't know what his name is. Like he sings like somebody literally kicked him in the nuts and it went to his stomach. I see why. Like, God gracious. But anyway, like I said, forgive me, I just get a little carried away. But that's just me. That's just who I am, and it's really like amazing that I used to be way worse until I got a daughter, because I realized that now that I have a daughter, I have to be the example of the first man that she's going to see in her life, and she doesn't need to see that asshole that was like maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and I have to really just see that to myself, and if I don't do that, my wife surely will, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna smack me in the head after she sees this, but it's all right. But I love her, my sister kind of too, but does anybody have any family members that they can't stand?
Yes.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
A few.
Yeah. That's why they're not here tonight. Stay your ass home. Sweep the basement of that water, right? Yeah. But I like. What do you call? After the show, right? No, I'm just joking. I'm just teasing and stuff like that. You know, it's like the movies. You silence all cell phones during the show, or you will get called out. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be nice about it. If he really wants it, he'll call you back.
It's a babysitter.
What?
It's a babysitter.
What babysitter? What's a babysitter? The crib? The crib's my babysitter when she goes to sleep. That's babysitter shit. I don't trust nobody right now. That shit in the Bronx? That was terrible.
Yes, it was.
Horrible. I'd be under the jail. But anyway, it's a little dark. Let's move on. You know, like I said, I'm a little, crazy, a little bit and stuff like. You know, I have all the sports teams that are terrible. The Mets, the Jets, the Knicks. They're all terrible. You know, we say that you're a New York fan of sports, you're going to be a little pissed off, a little bitter. And I know, but they janky, they're best. Yeah, they haven't been best in maybe 5-6 years. So stop it. You know, they have this $1 billion stadium, and the projects is right behind it. So stop it. No, stop it, please. At least the Mets give out free tickets. They should be free. All of them. But anyway, let's move on. Anyway, did he call you back? Sure? In a minute? No? Okay.
I'm the man. It was his phone, man, right?
Oh! Listen, it's 2023. I don't judge nobody for anything. Man, woman, beast, child, hey, it's your life, that's fine. It's what you want to do. That's on you. That's there. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I used to be one time, oh, you're going to hell. That's not my choice. That's not how, I don't have to wait over that. That's not going to be I'm going to be in line, in heaven, you interrupted my set, so, go to hell.
It was my phone bill. They was like, I had to pay my phone bill.
Oh. What service you got?
Metro PCI.
Metro piece of shit? Yeah, me too. Terrible service. Like I said, I'd rather have a rotary phone than Metro piece of shit. Remember the rotary phone?
It sounds like a plane propeller.
It sure does. And it takes long enough to dial. But you know what? That's what I miss about the old phones. Because you can't violently press send or end on your phone. You can do that on your regular phone. But I miss the. That's fuck you. What are you gonna do? But did you pay your bill?
Yes.
Awesome. That's great. Well, you got the $40 plan? Awesome. Me too. Did I pay my bill? Shit. Anyway, doesn't matter. How much time I got left? Huh? 5 minutes? 5 minutes, huh? I just sit here for 5 minutes to do this. They'd be like, what's wrong with him? But a lot of things. But anyway, so it's just really interesting to just be here and just to talk with you guys and just be myself, and I appreciate that, and it's really just cool to just just shoot the shit with you guys and just have a good time. And I don't know who the fuck you are. I probably never see you again, but that's fine by me too, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, see it like this. I'm I guess that's it. Yeah. Thank you. And drive home safe. I heard somebody bust their ass. Who's that?
Who's the host?
Ooh.
That's me.
Oh, follow me on De'Aaron and Smith.